Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Ethan Berney, a senior from Oklahoma City. He scored the only goal in the Stars conference opening win over Wayland Baptist, and that was your second career goal that you scored. Talk about the sequence that led up to the goal.
Well, it was on a free kick, and I was just kind of hanging outside the box so I didn't get marked, and I was able to run in and crash the goal, and the ball just kind of got played across the 18. I took a touch and slotted it home.
What are the team's expectations this year?
Well, we always set pretty high expectations at the beginning of the year. We started out slow this season, but we picked up a lot of intensity, especially once conference started, and now our goal is to win the conference tournament to get to nationals.
I know you played for Brian Harvey on the club level as well as here at OCU. Talk about what it's been like playing for Coach Harvey.
Well, Coach Harvey brings just a wealth of intelligence and experience to the game that, I mean, is unparalleled by pretty much anybody else in Oklahoma. So it's been great to develop myself both as a person and as a player with Coach Harvey.
One of the memorable moments of your OCU career, I know, is beating USAO in the conference tournament on penalty kicks. Tell us about that game a little bit.
Well, that was a really intense game. USAO, when I came in here, was our biggest rival, and they had beat us earlier on in the season. So I believe we were ranked 8th in the conference tournament. They were ranked 1st, and we went to their place and dominated the whole game and got to PKs and put the game away there.
And what's your major here at OCU?
I'm a some molecular biology major at the moment.
So what are your career plans after soccer is over?
At the moment, I'm looking at epidemiology, graduate school at OU. It's a 2-year master's program.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks for joining us today on the OCU Athletics Update. Coming up next, we'll talk rowing with Coach Mike Knopp.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to rowing coach Mike Knopp. The Stars will host the head of the Oklahoma Regatta on the Oklahoma River this weekend. And Coach, let's go back to last spring at the Dadvale Regatta. You guys had several championship runs there. Tell us about those.
Well, it was great. In the single, the Liz Matthews, we won the gold. And we since they began that event, the Dadvale OCU's really dominated that. And then we also in the men's four, we also took gold, and really excited about where we have come as a program to go out to the Philadelphia, this very traditional championship event in bad weather conditions, and we really all of our athletes really excelled. I mean, we had a lot of standout performances, and it continues to demonstrate how our program is rising in national competition, which is obviously where we want to go. So.
Also a little bit of international competition, I understand, as well. Several of your men went to Italy recently and competed in under 23, some championships there.
They did, and we did this last year as well. And you know, that's really kind of it's one of the it's a mission for our program where we're helping not only develop great student athletes here at our school, but also developing athletes who may want to represent our country at the international level, and perhaps even leading them to the Olympics. And so, by us putting that focus on it, we've been able to see some of our athletes be selected for the under 23 national team. And OCU has been very fortunate to have such a large number, compared to other schools that have been selected. And I think it goes again to the focus that we've put on that to help support our athletes as they try to achieve that international, competition. And then it also gives us a unique opportunity as we kind of promote OCU outside of even the United States to show that we are competing. Our athletes are competing at an international level, representing their countries. Because not only did we have athletes representing our country, the U.S., we had athletes representing their countries and so I think who have come and become students at OCU. So I think it's very exciting, and it's a great thing also in recruiting for our program to show that, you come to Oklahoma City, you get to train in an Olympic training center, that is the Devon Boathouse. The Devon Boathouse is an official U.S. Olympic and Paralympic training site. We have athletes that have moved here from other places to train at a very high and elite level. We've got national team coaches. And to be in that environment that all is about high performance, we think that environment really blends into our program at OCU and allows our athletes to kind of set that high standard of high performance. And then I think, just being around those other athletes who are pursuing their Olympic dreams really helps inspire our athletes.
You guys also hosted the opening night dinner as well as the opening night and opening day regattas last year. Tell us a little bit about those events.
Well, last year we celebrated the 10-year anniversary of our program, and we've tried to create traditions within our program to make it special for our athletes as they graduate and realize that they were part of something special, creating new traditions, but also giving a reason to have alumni come back and continue to be engaged in the program. As a young program in a very traditional sport, sometimes it's hard to establish traditions, but we thought the opening night dinner and the regatta would be a really special new tradition that we created, and it really was. I mean, it was a wonderful event. We awarded our seniors jackets, which are kind of a blazer, and that's a traditional rowing. It's a tradition that is common in some of the more elite programs around the country, where blazers are awarded to high-achieving athletes or seniors, and so we felt like that would be something great to establish here, and then it gives us some of our younger athletes something to strive for. This is what you can achieve as you work hard and make your way up through our program.
This is the 10th year of the head of the Oklahoma Regatta. What does this event mean for the program, for the university, and also for the city of Oklahoma City?
Well, the OCU head of the Oklahoma has really become a fantastic tradition. We're talking about traditions. This is one of them. And 10 years, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years. When we formed the varsity rowing program at OCU, we knew we wanted to create a very special event to go along with that connected the university to the city in a very powerful way. And so we created this regatta, and we wanted to make it a very community-oriented event, and we did that from day one. And we were surprised the first year. We thought we'd have 500 people show up. We had 10,000 people, and immediately it became OCU's largest spectator event that the university had ever had. And every year has built upon that. The second year we had 20,000, and now we annually have 40 to 50,000 people that come to the regatta. And not only have the number of spectators grown, the participation has dramatically grown. The regatta has become a fixture on the calendars of many collegiate teams and high school teams around the country. And every year we bring new teams. This year, for example, USC is coming to our regatta. Oregon State, University of Rhode Island. These are teams that are coming a long way to the head of the Oklahoma. And I think that's a great testament about the event, the competitiveness of the event. And of course, Harvard's coming back. And Harvard came to our first regatta 10 years ago, and they've come back every year since. And I think, it was a marvelous kind of an act of faith for them to come to that first one and believe in us and to help the sport grow here. But once they came, they realized how great the venue was, how great the community was, and the event was organized, and the seniors that they brought out to the event loved it. So they've made this an annual tradition for Harvard, the most traditional rowing program in the country. Now we're part of their tradition. So I think that's really special. And so what you're going to see over the weekend is an event that has grown dramatically with the number of teams, visiting Oklahoma City, but also grown dramatically by the number of people just participating in the event from our community. Corporate rowing, dragon boating, things that hundreds of people are now doing who now compete under the lights at the regatta. So companies have corporate rowing teams, and that is something that has really taken off and changed over the last 10 years. And then finally, I'd say, you know, we've really tried to use the event to innovate the sport, and we added lights, you know, several years back, and that really took off. And now, thanks to MAPS 3, we have permanent lights. So we get to turn those stadium lights on for the event. It really creates an incredible atmosphere. This year, we're debuting new cameras, so we'll be live streaming the event from all different angles, HD quality cameras that we just used last week at our World Championship event that just allow the event to be seen by so many more people. So a lot of new things in store, and it's going to be another great year.
You guys have formed the Admirals Club
Yeah.
to kind of support OCU rowing. Tell us about that organization.
Well, the Admirals Club is in honor of Admiral Ray Ackerman. Ray Ackerman passed away a couple of years ago, and he was a trustee here at the university, but a civic leader in Oklahoma City, and a real proponent of the river, and helped me start the rowing program. And so in honor of Ray's legacy, we created the Admirals Club as a way to give back to the sport, to the program, allow us to do some fundraising, because one of the things that goes along with becoming much more competitive and going out to places like Philadelphia and winning medals, we have to continue to challenge our athletes. We have to continue to provide additional and higher level competition, which means more travel. And so the Admirals Club, the funds from the Admirals Club fund or help support that initiative. Well, they also, it allows our supporters to have a special place in the Devon Boathouse where, you know, this world-class high-performance facility that they will have their name there. And so 10, 15, 20 years from now, you can bring your kids back or your grandkids back and see your name on the wall and know that you're supporting OCU rowing. And so we will debut new names on that wall tonight as part of our annual unveiling.
I know your role goes beyond coaching at this point
Yeah.
in the rowing family, but
Yeah.
what inspired you to get into coaching in the first place?
Well, number one, I was inspired by some of my coaches back, you know, in high school. I swam in high school, and I saw an opportunity to really impact the lives of young people in a very positive way, and to do it associated with the sport of rowing, which I had a passion for, and all the values that are connected to the sport, the teamwork, the leadership, life lessons that the sport can teach. And I think the ability to pass that on to young folks, I think, was very compelling to me. And then also, I think that the natural opportunity to be a part of something truly historic here in Oklahoma City, where we at OCU helped create a tradition that will last for generations, and that we, as a university, developed the first varsity rowing program in central Oklahoma, which helped really kind of advance the development of the Oklahoma River by getting people on the water, coming to Oklahoma City to experience our river. And how many times do you have a chance to affect your community in that way? And so I think that was something that also inspired me to get involved in coaching here at OCU.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Talking to OCU rowing coach Mike Knopp. The head of the Oklahoma Regatta on the Oklahoma River takes place October 2nd through the 5th.